Hey, Moto Warriors. Every time I go by these farmhouses down the road from my house, I think about growing up, and I don't remember if I said before, but most of my mom's side of the family all lived on farms, and most of them had dairy farms and had, oh, there's a deer, check it out, can you see the deer? Oh, a buck. But they had horses and chickens and, you know, all those critters. And one of my, you know, some of my favorite childhood memories were going out to my Uncle Jim's farm. And the reason why is because it became like a family gathering spot. And so even though Uncle Dan and Aunt Sarah just lived, I don't know what, a half mile down the road on their farm, we all used to go to Uncle Jim's and we'd have dinner over there and sit around and watch old TV shows and stuff, you know, like Hee-Haw, if y'all remember Hee-Haw. Hee-Haw, Hee-Haw. He had this big garage he had several big dump trucks, and he had guys that would work for him and whatever, so he'd spend his time basically on the farm, and they'd use his dump trucks, and, you know, he'd pay them and make money off of that. But he'd pull out the dump trucks and have this huge, massive garage, and we'd all go in there, and it didn't matter if it was cold or raining or hot or what. We'd go in there, shut the doors, turn on the air in there, or whatever we needed to do, the heat, and had some really nice family times in there. But we'd go into the living room, and the kids would all be drinking Coke, and well, everything here is a Coke. They could have been drinking Sprite, but it's all Coke. But the adults would be drinking a beer, and Hee-Haw would come on, and it was like the world stopped. I mean, everybody would be in there, child, adult. We'd all be sitting in there and watching Hee-Haw. And it was good, clean humor. You know, it was funny for the sake of being funny, and nobody was offended by anything that was said. And, you know, that's a thing of more recent times where you can't make a joke about anyone or anything because somebody somewhere on this planet might be offended, and we're supposed to have, you know, 99.999% of the population of the planet cow down to that 0.00001% or whatever the numbers I said. And it just seems silly. But one of the songs that I always really liked was that one that they would do a duet and whatever. And how's that one go? It goes, oh where can my baby be? She's in the can and she's taking a pee. I heard a big splash, the loudest I've heard. I think my baby, she just pinched a big turd. Ooh, P-U. Oh wait, I'm getting that confused with something else. Come on, help me here, people. Y'all watched Hee-Haw. How's that go? Oh yeah, it goes, where, oh where are you tonight? Why does our house smell like a zoo? I searched the place over looking for critters. I heard a big you're just taking a poo. Now that ain't quite how it went either, but hey, I'm getting close. But anyway, did y'all watch those old shows like Green Acres and stuff? Man, I think I talked about that before. They just don't make shows like that. The Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres and, you know, the old original Batman. Yeah, not, I don't know if he wasn't the original Batman, but you know what I mean, with Adam West and Burt Ward. Instead of actually showing punches and people going down, they'd have biff, pow, zing, bang, and the good guys always won. I mean, it gave you something to look up to. It made you want to believe in heroes. And that's one of the things wrong with America today is so many people just don't have any heroes anymore. I mean, you watch TV shows and somebody that's supposed to be a good guy, they turn him out to be some kind of weird pedophile in the end, or a rapist, or a murderer, or a cannibal, or, you know, something. Or they'll have a preacher that's going around and helping kids and doing all kinds of good stuff, and then they'll bring up something about his past where he, you know, molested some 13-year-old girl, and it's like, man, you know, the vast majority of people in the ministry are decent people, and you take outliers and then try and make it like everybody's like that just because you want to destroy people's faith in anything. Because they do the same thing with police. Are there bad cops? Yeah, there's bad cops. But are all cops bad? Oh, absolutely not. Here in Tennessee, we've got some really good cops. We do now. I know years ago, I'll tell you a story about that on another video, about my experience with State Highway Patrol, you know, many, many years ago, like 40 years ago. But most of the cops are decent people. Are all military people decent people? Absolutely not. Are most military people honorable and in it, you know, serving our nation for the right reason? Yeah. But there are also some that are only doing it not because they give a crap about America or the rest of the world or freedom or anything. They're doing it for what they can get out of it. And like the one lady, she her son joined up the military, and when they were going to send him overseas to, it was like when Iraq, whatever was first started happening, the Gulf War was first started happening, he was getting deployed, and she ranted and raved and screamed and tried to get it stopped, saying it was racist that they were only sending her son because he's black. And I'm like, yeah, lady, tell that to all the white soldiers who died over there. It was all because your son was black. It's just really sad that we used to have a lot more honor and integrity in America, and now it's like everything is race, or I'm offended at this, I'm offended at that. Oh, this is a nice blinding right into the curve in the sun. But yeah, anyway, Moto Warriors, leave a comment, let me know what you think. But thanks for watching, I appreciate you, and why don't you do a video telling us about your favorite shows when you were a kid? Did you watch shows like Wild Wild West? The old one, you know, the black and white one? But yeah, there's a lot of old good shows. And I'm glad that there's stations that still put that stuff out, because I really like those shows. A lot of the junk they put out today, they can keep it. I don't want it. But anyway, thank you, Motor Warriors. I really do appreciate you watching and commenting and thumbs up and sharing and all that kind of good stuff. So, y'all have a great day, and as always, remember to live your life with the heart of a Viking warrior.